All right. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm your man, KTJ, and this is Secrets of the Mind of a Man, where we talk about how men think when it comes to dating, relationships, and love. And so glad to have you all here. So let's go ahead and kick this show off right with our intro. All right. And just all right, so let's get into it. Hello, everybody. I'm your man, KTJ. Welcome to the show, Secrets of the Mind of a Man, where we talk about how men think when it comes to dating, relationships, and love. And this show is hopefully it helps some ladies to understand why the men in their lives do the things that we do. And I talk about this from the perspective of being a men's counselor for many years, over 17 years, working with men at the church, men in the fraternity, men in social work, background in social work primarily. And so I come and I bring all of these stories, these secrets, these reasons why men do what they do. And we do it right here on the show. So as you guys coming in, please hit that subscribe button or hit that thumbs up. Let the folks know that we're here and let you folks know that we are making things happen over here. So we got a good show for you guys today. We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about the best places to meet a mate. Best places you can meet a mate. Right now, it happens to be the Christmas season. And so there are some particular places that you can find around the holidays. But trust me on this, what I'm going to tell you tonight is good for you on all seasons. What I'm going to tell you tonight is going to be good for you in all seasons. So, this came about. I had a lady who I was in one of these conversations, might have been Clubhouse or somewhere, and just a lady was just talking about it. Like she's saying, I got the house, I got the car, I've got, I got the dog, I even have the grown kids, right? Everything except a man. And I don't understand where I should be looking. How come I can't find him? How come he hasn't found me? Right. And so that could be a very, it could be challenging, man. It could be frustrating and it can make you upset. But tonight, y'all, we're going to get into it. Look, I want y'all to drop your thoughts on these places. I got a list of places and things to do that I think is going to be very helpful to you as you guys listen. So I want y'all to listen up. I want y'all to comment. And as well, I would love for you, you know what? I'm going to see if I can drop it here. I would actually love for you to catch this on the YouTube page. I would love for you to actually comment on the YouTube page. So I'm going to drop it in the chat where you guys can find the YouTube page. And I would love for you to comment over there. It kind of builds it up differently. And we're doing something over there. So that's going to be helpful as well. So let me see if I can drop that in the chat, in the comment section for you. As you guys are watching the show, there you go. It's right there. All right. So you guys click on that link. I would love for you to comment so I can pull your comments up on the screen. I can't really pull them up on the screen unless they are in these two places where you can comment. So I would love for you to tap on it from the YouTube channel. All right, so let's get into it. Top places to meet that special someone. Now, this one right here, I said 7, but I'm just gonna fire them off. All right, and you guys could just catch them as you catch them. All right. Some of the top places I believe that you can find a mate, you can find some special someone, you can find a new environment. Right now, let me preface it before I go into these this number of places. Right, this is not about husband hunting. This is about friend finding. Now, I generally don't have to say that to the fellas, right? Because the fellas understand. But sometimes the ladies will put a lot of pressure on yourself to find someone, right? To be with someone. Is this going to be the guy? Is this going to be the moment? Is he going to be my husband? Like, forget all of that and just make friends. All right. So, around this time, around holiday times, there's a holiday party in your area, right? Find the holiday parties. The churches have them. The college alumni have them. The employers have them. Maybe at your job, there's a holiday party going on, right? That is a great place to start to build connections, right? People are very relaxed. People are open for conversation, right? They don't have their guard up so much. Now, I'm just going to be firing these off, right? I got one that I talked about in one of our previous sessions on one of the other channels, right? I talked about where high quality men might hang out. So let me write this one down, you guys. The Apple Store. The Apple Store is a high, intense place where successful men, not necessarily successful, but let's say men who have a mind for technology and who have a mind to think might actually show up. Now, here's something I want to tell you guys. Overall, one of the places that I find is one of the things is that be open to taking classes. Now, I think I want to talk. I talked about this before, right? But I'll talk about it again. Be open to taking classes. Taking classes at the hardware store, at Home Depot. Home Depot has classes, right? Taking classes at the Apple Store. The Apple Store has classes. If you have an iPhone, they have a class for everything. They got class for apps, class for video, class for selfies, class for photography, right? All kind of classes. Be open to taking classes. I want to hear what you guys have to say about some of these as well. All right. Now, when things, let's say things are warming up. Now, right now it's cold outside, but there are actually some people who are at the park, right? Being at the park is a great place to meet people. Now, I've seen people, right? You know what I noticed, y'all? I want to see if y'all have noticed the same thing. I have noticed that people are friendlier in the morning than any other time of the day. People are more friendly in the morning. So while you're out walking, right? That person that you see out when you out walking all the time, stop them and ask them, hey, what's your name? Right? Stop them and ask them, what's your name? I see you every morning. I see you all the time. And we've never actually met. Hi, I'm Bob. I'm Cindy. I'm Marsha. Yeah. So consider that. Consider while you're out. Now here's one. This is one that I was kind of surprised about. This one is not something I would have thought of, but an opening night celebration. An opening night. So opening night for an art exhibit. Opening night for a movie premiere. Opening night for something that causes people to have to get dressed, causes people to go and to gather in this place. And I like art exhibits because a person who's into art, people into art generally have money. Y'all ain't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. People into art generally have money. Now, this is an interesting one. I had a lady, I gave this one the other day, today. I gave it the other day, right? And one of my clients listened to this advice and she followed the advice and it happened for her. One of the key spots, a great place to meet your mate, the grocery store. Now we already know, oh, grocery store. No, I'm talking about one of them W's, a high-end grocery store. All right. I'm talking about Whole Foods, AKA whole check. You go in there, you drop your whole check for some apples, right? Wegmans, Trader Joe's, these specialty markets. One guy talked about the international market, right? If you meet somebody at the international market, that tells you a little bit about them. It means that they put some focus in on what they're feeding themselves, right? But Whole Foods, people who shop at Whole Foods, they passed a bunch of supermarkets to get the Whole Foods, right? Because they like specialty foods. They're a specialty kind of person. Why not meet with somebody on that level? Are y'all with me? All right. If you're feeling me, let me drop me some thumbs up if you hear one that you like. Hit that thumbs up, and I want to hear your comments. If y'all got some comments as I'm going through the list, let me know. Drop them comments down there below. All right. All right. Let's move on. The next one, and this one right here, you guys, this one I want to say is kind of a hinge for many other things. If you want to meet your mate, you want to meet a possible mate, you want to get the scoop on where good quality people are, this next suggestion is going to be key for you. It's going to be a good possibility for you. All right. A meetup group. So what you do, you go on to meetup.com, 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 right? And when you go on there, you will see all the things that are going on in your town or somewhere near your town that's going on all the time, right? Meetup group, they have everything in the meetup group. I was even in I joined one meetup group. I never actually went to the event, but I joined the meetup group for pianists, right? Y'all know I play a little something, right? But it was a meetup group for people who wanted to play and then people who were just enthusiasts. So I could have just showed up, made friends, made connections, and got on out the door. Or I could have played something, right? Either way, I'm in a room full of people who are inspired and creative or, have a certain proclivity for a certain thing, right? So I love meetup groups. I actually have a meetup group myself. So I don't know when you're going to watch this, but I'm going to drop an invitation to my meetup group. I've got a meetup group right here in Atlanta, and we're having events all the time. We're just getting it cooked back up. Let me drop it in the chat. Maybe there's somebody who wants to jump into a meetup group and come and hang out, right? Because there's going to be plenty of this is the singles meetup group. I'm dropping all the links in the chat today. All right. So the meetup group. I know a guy, right? This guy was into jazz. He wanted to make friends. He was not social enough, not getting enough social exposure, not meeting enough people, and he just wanted to meet some people, right? So my man went down to he typed in jazz, right? Found out there was a jazz event going on not far from the house. Went out there. He went out there, but before he went out there, he was able to meet and connect with the people on the site before the event. The event happens, he goes out there, he meets them, and it's like meeting friends he's already had because they've been talking about this event for a week and a half before it happened, and boom, he's got a new social circle, right? Because once you go out there, once he got to the place where the jazz event was going on, they were like, "Hey, are you going to the next jazz event next weekend?" And it goes around to the next one and to the next one. And so lovers of jazz were able to come together, and he's able to hang out with some new people and made some really good connections. You never know. Meetup.com is the hinge for all of these other, a lot of these other possibilities. Now, here's another one, you guys. I hope y'all writing these down. I'm not even, because I'm not repeating them. So you're gonna have to rewind this video and catch these, because I'm doing. I said 7. I like to exceed expectation and do more. Right. So here we go. If you want to meet your mate, if you want to meet that special someone, right? Do something different than you're normally doing, and I'm suggesting dance classes, right? You can go learn samba, not merengue, like all the dances, right? Salsa, samba's a music, type of music. Okay, salsa, right? What I liked about salsa, I've been to a salsa class, right? You go to the class. Now, again, you can find these salsa classes on meetup.com. You go on meetup.com, sign up for the salsa classes, find the people who are going to be going to the salsa classes, start having conversation. Boom, you go to the salsa class. They had the salsa class first, and then they have like an open dance for everybody, right? Where you can practice what you learned in the salsa class during regular dance times, right? It's fun. People are not so serious. Everybody's kind of being loose and fun and silly, right? Because everybody's learning together. So you're meeting people, making connections, and I'm telling you, the love of your life could be right there in the dance class. They got line dancing. There's all kinds of different kinds, Chicago style dancing, right? Anything to get out and move your body and make connections and enjoy your life. All right. Here's another one, you guys. Group hikes. Again, this is something else you can find online. You can find out where the hiking is being done in your town. You might not necessarily be into hiking, right? But I'm just suggesting you go and you do something different, right? Find out, because there are actually walking trails. Now, you might not be into climbing mountains, but you need to be into walking and exercising. You have to take care of your temple. So find the walking classes, find the places where people are out connecting in group walks, right? Because after you go to that one, there'll be another one. And the people who are in that environment are into all of those. All right. So, yep, that's that one. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Hiking. All right, so let's go keep it moving with believe it or not, especially now. Believe it or not, especially now, this could be a great place to meet people while you're out shopping. Okay. Now, in the course that we did the other day, I talked about 3 things that I feel like a woman should wear, and 3 things that you shouldn't wear. I'm not going to give you all of that went onto that show, but I'm suggesting that you wear something attractive. I'm suggesting that you not go outside in your pajamas while you're shopping. I'm suggesting that you not put on a hair bonnet while you're shopping. For those that are interested in finding the man of your dreams, he could be in the parking lot watching you go from your car into the parking lot. Understand this, men are always watching. A man can see you from 100 yards away. Now, he can't pay attention to maybe something that's right in front of him, but he sees you from a distance, and his interest could be piqued or pooped. All right. So make sure while you're out shopping, you're looking good. Listen to this. Get dressed to go shopping. Get dressed to go shopping. Now, look, if you got this all worked out and you don't need any help, fine. Don't listen to me. Right? If you got this all worked out and you like help, whatever. I'm gonna wear whatever I want. Okay. But your best ideas have gotten you the results that you have. And the question is, do you have the results you want? If the answer is no, continue to listen. All right. Okay. So I talked about a couple last week that I still want to I still want to get back into because I really believe in it. Right? Couple places. Couple places that I still believe in that I think could be a good place to make connections. Again, we only looking to make connections. All right. I'm going to suggest houses of worship, right? Now, I know, like, church and houses of worship right now, people are still not quite always going, but it's there. Now, here's the overall thing that I'm going to suggest to you. Wherever you are, whatever you're into, my man, I see you, my man Corey B. He said, amen, and smell good too. Talking about going out. Yes. When you're going out, you got to look good and smell good. Now, look, thank you, Corey. I appreciate that because now I'm gonna tell something that that I tell my clients that somebody could grab onto this. I had this idea, did this study, right, and found out there's a scent that is the most attractive scent that gets a man's attention, that men absolutely love. It's more powerful and more alluring than all of those, Chanel No. 5s and like all the high end $85, $95 perfume, right? There's a scent, and that scent is vanilla, right? Vanilla is the number 1 scent of attractiveness, believe it or not, right? So I had a lady, she said, you know what? I'm going to test this theory. She went to Dollar General and bought a bottle about, 4 or 5 ounces, right? She went to Dollar General of vanilla. It might have cost her $4.99. She sprayed it on, sprayed it on, and went to work. She said the men followed her around the men, the men were like all over her in the elevator, asking her, "What are you wearing? What is that smell?" Right? Vanilla. Of all the other fragrances, vanilla is the most attractive fragrance that a woman can wear that gets a man's attention. I don't know. Maybe smelling like a muffin. Two things that men absolutely love: food and sex. All right. You come out smelling like a muffin, a brother might start sniffing. Okay. So test it out. Look, I don't know everything, y'all. Test it out. Shoot me a message and let me know how it worked out. All right. But vanilla is the most powerful scent. So when you're going out, make sure you look good. Make sure you smell good. Right. Because there is a man who is watching you and he's deciding in his mind, are you the kind of woman that he really likes? So let me go back to this, the one that I think is the absolute biggest and best place, most ideal place to find your ideal partner. You know what that is? Wherever you are. Wherever you are. Now, what do I mean by that? I'm talking about you being present to your environment. I'm talking about you being present, observing the people in your environment. If you're going to mail a letter at the post office, right? Observe who's in there. Sometimes we just in a hurry to just go do our thing and we're not paying no attention. While you're in there, start having conversations with the people around. I'm not talking about making conversations with a handsome guy or whatever, all of that. I'm talking about just having conversations with regular people. So you get comfortable again with having conversations with strangers. Some people don't talk to strangers because they don't feel comfortable talking to strangers. Your mama told you when you were 7 years old, don't talk to strangers. But we learned as we get older that strangers have everything that we need. Everything we're looking for, there's a stranger that has it, right? So there's one more thing I was thinking about when it comes to that idea of meeting strangers and having conversation, right? The lady who met the guy in Whole Foods. Y'all heard me tell the story a few minutes ago. She went in Whole Foods, right? One of my clients. She went in she heard me tell this story and give the suggestion to go and shop in Whole Foods and them places with a W, Wegmans and all the high-end places, right? She walks in and there over there by the produce is a man standing there looking all perplexed, like, I wonder which one of these apples I should get, right? He's standing there all perplexed, trying to figure it out. She walks over and asks, "Hey, are you okay? Is there something? Can I help you find something over here?" And he was shocked. He was like, "Hey, hello," right? Good looking lady. So from there, they struck up a conversation, had a good banter. She gave him her number, and boom. I don't know what's going to happen. That just happened yesterday or so, right? I don't know. But she took the opportunity to go make a friend. Now, let's be clear about something. I'm not suggesting women go shooting your shot everywhere. That's not what I'm suggesting. I am suggesting that you put the ball in the air. Don't shoot your shot, but do put the ball in the air. Right? You don't have to shoot your shot like, yo, what's up, homie? What's good, bro? Like, don't do that. But allow the man to realize, oh, this is an opportunity that has unfolded. And believe it or not, that guy, I don't know if he's actually going to call her or not, but that guy's going to be thinking about that moment for a while, because generally women don't have the place to throw the ball in the air and let him go get it. So I like that idea of putting the ball in the air and making those connections. But overall, right, just being present. Sometimes we got our phones in our hands all the time, and we miss out on the environment that we're in. Sometimes we have our earphones in. The universal sign that means don't talk to me. It's a universal sign. Don't talk to me. Right? Maybe you might put one earphone in. So somebody might talk to you. But if you don't want to be talked to, guess what? You will not be talked to. But if you want to be talked to, you might want to be talked to. And if you do, then it can happen for you. And you never know what else might happen for you. It could happen. The moment can come. So yes. I got a couple people on here. Hey, Doc Lee. She said, nah, the international market, international market in the hood. They have one. Hey, Camille, what's going on, lady? Bishop, what's happening? My little successful brother, you know, we only shout. All right. Let me start mixing things up. Yes, get to it. Yes. Smelling like a cinnamon roll. Now, look, maybe you might want to test that one out. Right? But I'm telling you that there is a connection with this. So I believe that wherever you find yourself, observe the people around. If there's an opportunity, strike up a conversation, do just that. All right. Look, I want to tell you guys about my Patreon community. I'm just really I started it, but really wasn't really pushing it. But now you guys, I'm going to have some exclusive content in the Patreon community. You can be a Patreon member for as little as $5. $5. I'm going to drop it in the chat. I'll drop it in there in the comment section where you guys can join the Patreon community. It helps the show as well as it's going to help you. I'm going to have some really exclusive content there that I'm not doing anywhere else. Right? I've got. You guys heard me say I'm doing a meetup here in Atlanta, like this weekend, right? With my Meetup Group. I'm going to be doing some interviews and making some conversations, and like all of that content is going to be in the Patreon community. So you want to get in there, you want to just check out what's happening on the scene. It's going to be fun and a good time. So join the Patreon community. We would love to have you over there. I'll drop it in the comment section when we get out of here. So all right, y'all. Well, thank y'all so much. I appreciate you being here. Please hit the thumbs up or hit the like button wherever you're watching this. Hit that subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. I appreciate you doing that. And so, till next time, peace and love. Later, y'all.